going on, guys? My name is Tyler and welcome back to the channel for another very important AMC update video leading into this upcoming week. And this week is going to be very important. So we're going to go over the technical analysis, go over the Ortex data briefly for you guys, but a main portion of this video, I want to talk about the forced recalls that we could potentially see coming on Friday. Now, basically, if you guys are unaware, the Federal Reserve is having their annual meeting to basically go over the banks and who the bank lends to see if they are in too many risky assets. If they are deemed to be in too many risky assets, they will be forced liquidated. If they don't liquidate them themselves, I mean the banks, the Federal Reserve will step in and liquidate their positions for them. So I think this is very important. We have to go over exactly what this is and what this could mean, and really what I do expect to happen, because out of any rule change that we have seen, this is not necessarily a rule change, but I think it has some huge implications of what could possibly happen with AMC stock. So let's not waste any time getting into it. Your guys' time is valuable just like mine. If you want to see AMC stock go straight to the moon, make sure to hit that like button, as well as comment down below what are you doing with your AMC position, as well as consider subscribing to the channel for more up-to-date AMC videos just like this one. So getting into it, guys, some of you guys might see the technicals. You guys might see AMC just kind of breaking down. We'll go up a bit, kind of start to set a bullish trajectory, and then we'll come back down into a bearish trajectory. But from where we were currently at just about a week ago at $31.10, if you do draw a trend line, it could definitely be a lot worse. It's still technically on the bullish side. We are still going up slowly. We're going up a lot. We're coming down, but not quite as far down as we were the previous time. So that is technically a bullish setup here. Keep in mind, it can go either way. We could go up or down, but I do expect us to break out to the upside. Obviously, the first level we have to break over is the $40 price point, but considering we are at $36.90, we could see a big boost over $40 literally on Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday. Doesn't matter what day it is. That is very near term, and that is very close as far as price action is concerned, especially with AMC stock that likes to move 10 to 25% to the upside and the downside in any given day. Now, what is going to be even more important than breaking $40 is to see if we can break over this 200-day moving average. Keep in mind, we're on the 4-hour candlestick chart. This is literally where we bounced off of, got rejected with some major resistance at $46.50. The 200-day is technically now at $47.86, but we bounced right off of that, guys. Literally, the top of this candle is on the line. So if we can break out past $47, I expect a break to the $55 or even $60 range. I think that's where you're going to see a lot of shorts that don't want to be in this for round two and start to exit some of their positions if they have not been forced recalled on already. Now, as far as the MACD, slightly bearish, nothing to be too concerned about right there. The RSI is pretty much neutral, slightly oversold, so that is better than obviously seeing an overbought RSI, because we tend to only go oversold on the RSI for about 2 days, and then you see a huge pop. Literally, the only times we've been oversold on the RSI is 2 times, and both of these were for 2 days, and then we seen a major rally back up once we did go oversold on the RSI. Right here you see this pop, and then over here you see this pop after 2 days of being oversold on the RSI. So if that does happen, that is really what I would expect, just to come back up to these prices that we are currently at. Now, to go over a little bit of the Ortex data, keep in mind, take this information with a grain of salt. Once I do find something else better to get better information, more reliable, then we will definitely switch to that. But for now, we're stuck on the Ortex data. Let me know in the comment section if you guys have any input on what you think is a better program as far as short interest is concerned. But we do have the short interest change as of Friday was positive 1.76%. Return shares 1.73 million. Borrowed shares 3.38 million. So that is a borrowed change of 1.65 million. Current short interest percentage of free flow at 14.77%. Current shares that are sold short of 75.55 million. Regardless if this information is totally accurate or not, that is still a sizable short position. That is almost categorized as extreme short interest. But once you do factor in synthetic short positions as well as naked short positions, and some of these naked short positions that have actually went to failure to delivers, I think the real short interest is way higher than this, well above 20%, well above 30%, probably in the 40 to even 60 or 80% range when you do factor in all of these variables. But the most important thing to point out, guys, is that we're going to have to see the volume come back into the stock. We have had a significant drop off in volume, even from, Monday we seen 158 million for volume, and then on Friday we only seen 86 million in volume. So you're seeing really this back and forth in volume, and considering that we're not dropping in AMC share price as much as the volume is dropping, I think that's a bullish thing right there. The volume has went down about 50% from Monday to Friday, and we only went down about 0.8% on the stock. So I think that's a good thing. You're seeing that volume going down and we're not dropping in share price, meaning that a lot of apes, if not all apes, are holding on to their positions. But that is really all I want to focus on when it does come to the Ortex data. What is more important here, guys, is something that I already went over in a previous video, but this is basically, I'm just going to read what FinWatchdog has said because that's what I went over in the other video. It says next Friday, July 30th at 4:15 p.m. the Federal Reserve will be publicly releasing the total derivative exposure numbers of all the biggest domestic and foreign banks and their lending clients, including Citadel. So this is basically a risk management thing. This is a yearly thing, and basically if you don't have enough cash to sustain your derivatives, and keep in mind the derivatives market is way bigger than the stock market. It is estimated to be about 650 trillion to $1 quadrillion, bigger than any industry. Add up all the buildings in the whole world and you still would be about half the size of the derivatives market. It's absolutely insane. So there's I mean, it's not really a wonder why they want to watch this so much. But if we do come down in this thread, we'll see that some of these banks have about $40 trillion. JP Morgan and Chase, $40 trillion of derivative exposure, as well as Citigroup, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Wells Fargo. They all have over $10 trillion worth of exposure in derivatives markets. So this could be huge. And as we do know, as the margin debt does tell us, $861 billion worth of margin debt, that these funds, these firms, these banks, they're severely over leveraged. Really, when it comes down to is the hedge funds and the institutions that the banks are lending to. They are the ones that are really over leveraged. And when it comes down to the banks failing or hedge funds and institutions failing, the banks are not going to fail. So I think that's where you're going to get a lot of these forced liquidations coming into effect. Now, when I say forced liquidations, I wouldn't expect on Friday, July 30th, this upcoming Friday, to see AMC go straight to the moon. Yes, that can happen, but I really think this is going to take a couple days to actually play out, because there is an appeal process that is 14 days. So at the worst case scenario, I think you'll see these forced liquidations about 14 days from July 30th, even 15 or 16 days. You never know with the government. They can always slap somebody on the wrist and just hold it off a little bit further. But I wouldn't expect anything to necessarily happen July 30th, but definitely going into next week and that following week, I think you're going to see some big price actions with AMC stock. Now, as far as a potential gamma squeeze going into next week, in between really the $37 strike and the $50 strike, all these contracts in open interest control about 3 to 4 million shares. So really at the $40 strike, you're seeing 10,168 for open interest. So these are contracts held in people's brokerage accounts. If market makers took the back end of all of these contracts, then you'd be looking at about 1 million shares right here. At the $50 strike, you're looking at about 1.2 million shares that would be controlled by these contracts. So I do think you can see some level of gamma squeeze activity. Definitely not what we've seen when AMC went from $12 to $77 June 1st through June 3rd, but definitely once you get close to $40, you could see a lot of hedging going on for this $40 strike, and that is really what I am watching for, and that is really another reason why I do think you'll see that break over $40 this upcoming week. But this is really only the meat and bones of what you guys need to know. If you like the analysis, like the content that was provided to you in the video, make sure to hit that like button, as well as comment down below. Let me know what your plan is to do with your AMC position. Are you selling out at a certain price? Are you just buying the dip every time you're getting paid? Are you literally waiting to buy the dip? What are you doing with your position? Let me know that in the comment section, as well as consider subscribing to the channel. Also, if you guys want to be up on these trades in AMC or any other stock as soon as we make trades in them, whether it's a day trade, swing trade, or longer term investment in stock, options, and crypto, check out the link down below for the buy and sell alerts. It literally pays for itself, and you join a great community. And if you guys want to get totally free stock that does not use payment for order flow, check out the link for public. No deposit necessary, no need to link a bank account. You get your free stock in about 3 minutes time, and it is by definition free money. So you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I will see you in the next video.